How commonly do you think that a new or even experienced Amazon seller is scammed from an overseas supplier? The unfortunate truth is that sellers every day are losing out on their investment from suppliers who are taking advantage of the system. It's more common than you think. I actually can tell you firsthand from experience with a supplier from Alibaba. Today, I'm going to share with you how to determine if a supplier is credible and, most importantly, so you don't get scammed. To start things off, you're going to need to create an Alibaba account. It's simple and free. Once you log in, you'll be brought to this page where we can start our search. Now, for the last videos, we've been using these dog ACL braces as a product example. We're going to use that same product for this example. So here at the top search bar, type in a few words that best describe your product. For us, I'm going to put dog ACL brace and then press search. From here is an important step you can take before starting to scroll to see the different suppliers. On the left-hand side, you'll see this supplier types section. Underneath that, I always check both trade assurance and verified supplier options. Let's start by explaining both of these categories and why they're so important. Trade assurance is a free service offered by Alibaba that basically builds trust between suppliers and buyers. Now, I'm going to leave this website in the description that goes over all the different details of trade assurance and how to use it properly. But in summary, you're covered if your products are not shipped on time as per the contract, as well if your products do not meet the quality standards as per the contract. If it didn't stand out to you already, the word contract keeps getting used for a reason, and that's because you need a contract to protect your total investment with your potential supplier. Now, this doesn't have to come from a lawyer or be 20 pages of some crazy legality, but basically it goes over what you expect your product to look like, the quality of your product, just certain variables that are pretty simple. Now, the other category is the verified supplier category. These suppliers go through a rigorous third-party inspection in the manufacturing plant where the inspector creates a report that you're actually able to download and see some of the important details about that supplier's manufacturing process and actually see videos from the plant itself. Now, it's important to point out while we're on the topic of these categories is that Alibaba has a few different badges that it awards its suppliers. You'll see a few of these badges as you're randomly scrolling through Alibaba. The gold badge is one of them. If you take a look here on Alibaba's website, they give you a clear comparison between the two different badges. As you can see, the gold badge really has 3 requirements for the seller to follow. If we take a closer look at them, none of them pertain to quality control or inspections. In my experience, you're better off taking the time to really finding a supplier that's verified and just using that one. There's a few more things to take in consideration before considering a supplier, and one of them is how much experience they have selling. You can see as we scroll through the search database, we're actually able to see how long these distributors have been selling on Alibaba. Also, another important badge is these 3 diamonds you keep seeing to the right of years of operation. These diamonds represent the Supplier Online Performance Index. This index was created by pulling the back-end data of Alibaba and its suppliers to categorize them on these 4 different variables. I found from my experience that any supplier with 3 diamond badges or more is more likely to be fine. Okay, so at this point you found a supplier that you seem to be serious about and you want to reach out and send an inquiry. Before you do so, if you scroll all the way down the page, you'll see these 3 separate tabs near the bottom. I always like to click on the company profile tab here and actually see a video from their plant to see the level of cleanliness and organization. We can see from this quick little video that this specific space is really organized and clean. You'd be surprised at some of the videos you see in this section of dirty workspaces and products all over the place. The last step from here is to contact as many suppliers as you can. Now, I've talked about this in a past video and I'll touch on it again, and that's that you need to be contacting as many suppliers as you can that sell the product and then have these categories as verified and also have trade assurance. Now, what this does is it allows you to take a price and then negotiate with a different supplier. I can tell you that every product that I've sold on Amazon, I've actually never paid the listed price. I've used this style of negotiation to help out a lot. Now, I'm going to show you a quick tactic to contact multiple different suppliers at the same time through Alibaba. It's pretty easy. Start scrolling, and every time you find a supplier you want to reach out to, click this box, compare. You can see we can click 20 different suppliers by doing this. Once you've clicked all the suppliers you want, click Contact Supplier button here. Next, you'll be brought to this page where you can see the different suppliers we chose as well as the quantity that we want to place for our order. I like to come in and adjust the quantity based on our first order size. Now from here, under the detailed requirements section is where you would write out the questionnaire for your potential supplier. Now, I recommend you curate a generic questionnaire to send out to all these different suppliers at the same time. Ask the simple questions that go over the different materials that your product uses, its function, etc. Now, if you're interested in using my supplier reach out, I'm going to send you guys one for free. Just comment down below free supplier and I'll send you one over. Now, I want to share a quick story with you guys about how I was actually almost scammed on Alibaba. Now, it wasn't like I didn't receive anything after I had paid the supplier, but I actually received the wrong item. It was dirty and it was actually broken in half. So immediately I hopped on Alibaba and I sent my contract, because we talked about how important that is. And then I sent pictures of the wrong, broken, dirty item just to say, hey, can I get a refund? Alibaba right away responded and actually offered me a 60% refund as a settlement rather than giving me 100% of what the supplier owed. Well, of course, I fought this. I sent a reply email to Alibaba and I said, why aren't you guys refunding me 100%? They sent me the wrong item, it was dirty, and it was broken in half. So after going back and forth for about 5 days, Alibaba actually honored their trade assurance and refunded me the total amount 100%. But they made it clear that they didn't actually take it from the supplier's account. Alibaba took on the loss themselves. Now, I think a good takeaway from this whole experience and my story is that it's important to curate a relationship with your supplier. Be nice to them, they'll probably be nice to you, and make sure you use these different categories and these filters when you're searching for your supplier. Make sure that they're verified, go in and make sure that they have trade assurance, go in and look at videos of their manufacturing plant. You'd be surprised what you'll see on there. There's a lot of crazy videos of manufacturing plants that I would never buy from just because there's products all over the place, it's dirty, it's unorganized, etc. Now, I actually went on and found the supplier that I got this product from. This is months and months and months after, and there was a bunch of red flags that stood out to me that I would never purchase from this supplier again. I saw that their manufacturing plant was dirty and unorganized. I saw that they had the gold badge and weren't blue verified. Just some things to keep in mind that I wish I had in hindsight, but that's all part of the learning process. I hope you guys liked this video today and it gave you a real good idea of what to look for in a potential supplier, someone who's credible, and most importantly, how not to get scammed. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.